Hey, what's up, everybody? It's gonna be the goddamn witch finder general. You got a witch chop burn their asses up every goddamn time. I'm just up out here chilling. I didn't feel like finishing a video I wanted to upload, so I was like, let's let me hit this live button and stuff, and just hang out, see what happens, see if anybody show up. I don't have too much time, just to get it out the way real quick. So just to get it out the way, this is funny as hell. Maybe I can get him up out here. No, oh boy, one of my buddies, one of the brothers, a Hebrew Israelite. Um, he was supposed to be coming up on my show. He never showed up. Never showed up. So that was funny. That was funny seeing him. Um, so yeah, that I lost. What's up, Randy? Randy, you want to hop on? I put the link up in here. Hold on. How did I do that? Yes, invite. Oh yeah. I know what I want to talk about for a few minutes. Put it up in here. All right, there you go. All right, they got a link. If you want to hop on, it's a link. So, yeah. What's up, Shamayam? Old boy Judah Nasty went to church chicken for pass. Yo, you stupid, yo. They went to church and chicken for Passover. Probably did. Probably did. Probably did. Hey, why Judah didn't have a Passover service for Torah nights? I guess old boy Jeremiah's left. He left the group. Judah Nazareth don't want to touch that shit because he already know what gonna happen. Yo, Jeremiah, it's come holler at your boy. But you should have known all this shit anyway. I don't know why you were trying to make a wave and shit for yourself being over there. Because you already knew what was going on in the first place and you just put yourself up in it. And then the fire got turned on you. Yep, that's what they be doing. They all these new motherfuckers over there, they knew what was going on. They knew what it was. But that should be making me that should be quite well, nah, I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say. I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say. Nigga act crazy and shit, I say. But like I'm starting to look at everybody funny that's even over there. Like Ramel. Y'all remember when I did that video on um the kids that have gender dysphoria and taking the hormones and shit? That was a good video. Um there was some crazy nigga and shit, army nigga that came on there and disrupted the show, try to take it another direction. But I remember Abel was wilding out on that shit about the shit, right? All types of homophobic like shit he was saying, right? And he up over there with Judah Nazareth motherfucking ass. So like that shit weird to me. Judah Nazareth and Rob Rack ass. So that shit weird as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, but they say the motherfuckers that like the most homophobic motherfuckers are they're that's what they are, and they don't want people to know about it and shit. So like, they ain't nothing wrong with it. That what you is. That what you is, motherfucker. But oh shit, I gotta let her in. My bad. I was just running my mouth and shit. I didn't hear this. All right, there you go. My bad, yo. I had you in the back.
It's
What's
fine.
going on?
Nothing, because I'm just like, why is it? I don't understand why anybody still wants to join this shit. It don't make no sense.
Nope. But these niggas don't make no sense. That's what these niggas don't make no sense.
Because I'm
So
just like,
this show here is sponsored by Common Sense. You know what I'm saying? I can explain it to you, but I can't help. I can't understand it for you. You know what I mean? So this the Common Sense show over here. Goddamn it!
because
This is
it's
the
like, I
Common
just don't
Sense show.
understand. It's like, even like, like I told you earlier in the message, it's like, you telling me, like, you don't understand it's a heritage. I was like, how does the fuck anything your heritage that doesn't even have correlate to anything that doesn't even exist.
Right. Right.
I was like,
Nuts.
I was like talking to my brother about it, and my brother, me and him have a better understanding. Like, don't make no fucking sense. And I was telling him the only way I can say that there were even Israelites is when King Tubman's father, who was erased out of the history books, when he erased everything and started the one God rule in Egypt, and those people, they left Egypt because they felt they was going to get persecuted or killed when they reinstated
Yeah.
all the multiple gods. So that's the
Yep.
only way I can think they came up with that whole storyline of their God's chosen people and this, that, and the third.
And they walk around. They the most not shit motherfuckers on the planet and shit. But God chose they motherfucking ass because it did this a scripture that said that when God comes back, the people are gonna look at the people that God chooses as it's those guys. It's a scripture that's in the Apocrypha. It says that they're gonna look at the and like say these are the people that we least basically expected. You know what I mean? So they take that as to say that yeah, we got chosen people. Let everybody laugh at you and everything. But when the Most High come back, brother, the Most High gonna put the swords in our hands.
I'm like, seriously, even my friend's mother even sound like a white person would kill themselves before they be a slave to a black person. And it's the truth.
Thank you for the super chat, Hugh Streets.
Ain't no fucking white person in their right mind going to be a slave to a black person. I'm
Yep.
sorry.
But you know what? There is an Israelite group that are taking white people.
I bet
This
they're taking white people
GOCC.
because they need some kind of like, maybe to blow their cover so they won't look like they're a terrorist group.
Yeah. Yep. That's what it is. That's what it is too. And they get the most craziest white people there is to go up on that shit.
I bet they do.
Yep.
I mean, honestly, I'm just like I was telling somebody just the other day that went to school with me. I don't understand how anybody believes this shit because I used to see when I was a kid on 125th Street on 34th Street, and I used to think these niggas look crazy. Like they wearing the same kind of fucking costumes that we would see when they do the birth of Jesus in the South in the Stations of the Cross.
Yep. Either or
During
that or
Christmas and
Africa
Easter.
being Bada in the
Oh,
Soul
well,
Sonic Force.
let's not even get started with them because they looked as sweet as sweet tea back in the
Yep.
80s. And I didn't understand how people even want to dress like that.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
that's
was
what I
like,
tell people. They say, "Oh, look at the way these kids are dressing now. Them tight pants." I'm like, "Yo, I was wearing that shit in the '80s with the feathers, the alligator. They were really roach crips and shit. We were little kids. We didn't know they was using that shit to smoke weed and shit. But we used to hang them shits from our clothes, like the little feathers and shit, with the little alligator clip on it. We clip it like on our jackets or like whatever. On our Kangos and like that whole shit. And people don't realize that hip hop was started basically in the motherfucking, I wouldn't say the gay clubs, but like the clubs that supported all that shit. Those are the people that was playing early hip hop. Like
I
regular
know that,
clubs
but a
wasn't
lot of
playing
people
that
don't
shit.
realize that.
Yup. You look
Yeah, you
at
want to talk
Grandmaster
about
Flash and the Furious Five and
like
tell
people
me
want
them
to make
niggas ain't funny.
like people want to make fun of the village people, but then you out here looking like the village people.
Yup. Yup. Yup.
I'm like,
And but
I
that was
feel
funny what you go ahead.
no, and I was just like, and then on top of that, I'm just like, you using colored duct tape so you can make wristbands like you Wonder Woman with a what you call what the thing what you call it with the thing she wears on her head with her I can't even think of it like her little tiara on her head.
Yep.
I was
Yep.
just like I seen that I was like this man got duct tape on his head that he put made up alphabet soup Pablo I don't know what it is. And he's gonna say it's ancient people when we know it's alphabet soup people. on
Yep.
duct tape,
Yep.
and then put May Wonder Woman bracelets on his wrist, and I'm like, and he's talking about this is how men dress back then. No, this is how fools
Nope.
dress. You look like you belong in Arkham Asylum. I'm like, even the Joker don't even want to get caught dressed like that. At least he got fashion sense.
Yep. These people are fucking nuts. Like they think that they dress like people in biblical times are not dressed like that. Where they get a
No,
lot of that stuff, where they get it from, is from REI.
not
REI
even
used to
that.
like to
And they
wear
get it from
cowboy
like the
suits.
movies too, because they think that's how people what like okay, when people had like those bracelets and stuff, that was during wartime. They didn't wear that shit
Yeah.
all fucking day long. And then on top of that, you want to say, oh, men wore pants. No, everybody wore the same motherfucking tie, a robe, 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 like a dress. Everybody was free. There was no such thing as underwear. But no, men wore pants back then. Says who? Were you back then? Were you during that time?
Right? Yeah, it's unbelievable, man. The stuff that they come up with. But those fringes come from REI because he used to like to wear those cowboy suits and like the leather jackets that got the fringes on it. You know how the Native American like
Oh
kind of
yes,
like
I
jackets
know
and
about
stuff.
the fringe jackets. I know my father had one
Yup.
when he was a kid. But my
Yup.
father wasn't talking about none of that shit. He was wearing it for fashion sense. And then my
Yeah.
dad never
Right.
even was saying like, "What's the whole point in the fringes?" I was like, "This is what the fringes come from." I told her because back then nobody was able to really mend their clothes back then, so they want to use the excuse like the fringes of the tribes and what. I was like, no, it's called people were dirt poor back then, and they found a way to hem their clothes, and unfortunately, it was tattered and torn and was fringy at the bottom.
Yup.
And now they want to take pillow fringes that belong on their grandma's pillow couch and put it on $5 t-shirts.
Somebody getting their ass whipped when grandmama find out where their fringes went. Somebody getting their ass whipped. Hey Monet on that. Somebody getting their ass whipped when grandmama find out where her fringes went.
And then
Yup.
even like the whole thing when you talking about sex, and then he's trying to explain to me about the whole sex thing. I was like, sex is not, sex is not meant to say like you're married. You have a ceremony, then you will consummate the marriage after the ceremony, so you can have a freaking heir. Not
Yup.
you can't not you have sex and then you two are married. That's not how that shit works.
With nobody know nothing about it or nothing.
And then he want to talk about, oh, this is how it's supposed to be. No, my
Yup.
man, that's not how it's supposed to be. Do you know?
They not signing no birth certificate, none of that stuff either.
Well,
So when the woman and
I don't
shit
know
finally
about
figure it out,
them.
she just stuck with that kid.
I don't know about them. Mine signed. I wasn't playing that shit.
Yup. That shit is crazy. And these
Well,
women
that's
out here
what
that's having mad kids by these people. Yeah, we
well,
raising up the nation of Israel. You raising up a bunch of dumbass niggas. That's what you doing.
it's not even that. It's just the fact that it's like some of these females are so desperate for a man that they just feel like, these guys, because they're busy quoting Bible scriptures, that they're so holier than thou, that they really like deviants.
Yeah. Yup.
Like half of them don't got no real job, or if they do have a job. I remember there's a lady that lives in my building. She told me when he was getting into it, oh, her husband was in it, and he worked in correction. And she tried her damnedest to save her marriage. And she was like, she just couldn't because she couldn't take the shit no more. And I completely understand because it's like, he talking about like, we the true people of God. We shouldn't have to pay no taxes. Yeah, okay. And your color is not the complexion for the protection. You're black.
Yup. Yup.
So I'm just
Man.
so I'm just like I'm starting to see like a lot of people, especially correctional officers. I don't understand how the hell you hire somebody and then they sell some shit that doesn't even make no sense.
Yeah, man. It's like it's a shame out here, man. It's really bad. It's really bad. And what you were talking about the other day with the they moving all down south and stuff. And I'm like, the South is the perfect spot because nobody like New York City, they're a bunch of hustlers, like, you know what I mean? So they all bring that shit. Country folk down there, they're not prepared for that shit. They don't have the street smarts for that shit. So like the it, and they have land, they have property, actual property. Like you get them niggas in Harlem and shit, the motherfuckers ain't got none. Half them niggas living in shelters and like no one things. Yeah, the projects and stuff like that. But these niggas down south, they got grandmama, great grandmama land, all that shit. Motherfuckers sitting on 20-something acres.
You better hope they
You know what
have
I'm saying?
grandmama land, because some of them might not even have no land. Some of them might be living in a trap house.
Yeah, that too. That too. Yeah, down south is different than where it used to be. Like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't really been down south since the early 90s and 80s and stuff. And I know shit changed like drastically, like since then. I know where I usually go, like South Carolina and stuff like that. Like they said, it's drastically changed. But these people, and like, it will give their property, say like, oh, grandmama and them died, and had her only grandson and shit, old dumbass nigga is a Hebrew Israelite.
They give it and they get, and I hate to say it, but they give them they get these lands and then they have these people come and take over their stuff. Then next thing you know, they find out they got hoodwinked.
And they some fucking when you find out some bullshit or they're not treating you right. You can't take that land back. You already signed it over. Already signed it over. That land gone. And they're gonna kick you off your own shit. And there's been a bunch of places down there that have cults have ran, and the people end up getting killed, getting beat. There was one nigga had the stocks. Like in medieval time, the person that did some fucked up shit, they put them in the town square and they close the thing around their neck and around their wrists, and they just have them there and shit in the middle of the town. These motherfuckers had that shit on the commune.
Are you serious?
Yup, I did the show on it. I showed the pictures of it.
But you know what? I don't understand how anybody, I can't, Stockholm syndrome. I can't.
No, I just call it niggerdom. That's what I call it. I call it niggerdom. Yup. That shit. Niggas got that whole old shit going on. I never seen no niggas fucking. I was one of them. Shit. I was one of those stupid motherfuckers. But shit, I got the fuck up out. But you know what? I always knew that shit was bullshit.
22 years. That's too. I don't. How?
That's too goddamn long.
Yes. Why did you do it for 22 years? What was not in your? What was not meshing? Was not clicking in your psyche that you was like, I'm gonna stay in this shit for 22 years.
But a lot of the time it was like not in a group where I was a lone wolf, like basically. And what it was is that my main problem was I would leave the group to keep the doctrine. That's what will keep me bringing in, keep me coming back, because I kept the doctrine. I like these niggas is full of shit, but I'm not looking at the teachings as full of shit. I still believe the teachings. I believe King James was black. I believe that we was Hebrew Israelites. But I was like, but these niggas is wicked as fucking all hell.
So you believe?
Oh, I'm not sitting around here. These niggas is wicked.
So you believe that Jerome from the Bronx was black and he wrote the Bible?
You say that again?
I said, so you believe that Jerome that they show from the Bronx was King James and he wrote the Bible?
Yep.
I mean, you know what? To be quite honest,
you just a dumbass nigga.
Oh, God, I told you before, you know, you suffer, you ain't got no kids, you ain't got no woman. You
Yep.
realize that now. But at the end of the day, it's just I just realized
This shit is
that
crazy.
it's a lot of people who are fucked up that have fucked up upbringings and they just gravitate to these freaking con artists. This is not good. It's like they give you the gift for gab and you just go for it and believe it without doing any kind of research.
Yeah, but that's another thing too. People weren't using the internet like that back
That is
then,
true too.
like
A
they're
lot of
using
people
it
didn't
now.
have access to the internet. A lot of people wasn't going to the library to use the internet either.
Yep. We was going to the library. I was going to the library like a motherfucker. But
I said a
it's
lot
how
of
to
people wasn't
research
going to
stuff.
the library. Some people don't know. Some people will you believe it. I work with people who don't know how to fucking read and write. And I was like, how the
Yeah.
hell you get a job?
Yeah. Yep.
I'm like, one person just like he writes his name. I'm just like, what's this? He's like, that's my name. That's not your name. This is Scribble Scrabble. How you writing and scribbling? I can't understand shit. Where's the N? Where's the M?
Yep. Yep. Yeah, there's grown ass people like that out there. And I was so like I go to the library and I look up like some stuff on the dark ages, right? And I see all those old icons and all that stuff, right? So out little girl scared to death of me and shit, neighbor. But
Oh, she's not paying you no mind.
shit, the hell she ain't. She kept looking back. She walking
No,
down the
she's not.
street, nigga, that crazy nigga.
No, she's not. She's not paying you no mind. She's just in here wanting to be underneath me.
But so what else saying this shit? What else saying? What else saying? Yeah, about the icons, right?
I,
So I'll be looking at the icons and I'll be convincing myself that it was the iconoclasm where they whitewashed the pictures, or I would see them. It'll look like a afro. You know what I'm saying? So I'll make up an excuse to myself why the picture really don't look like a black man and shit. I'll make excuses for myself. Oh, the white man did that shit.
I'm
The
going to
white man
say,
trying to hide the truth. And that's how what these niggas is today. They doing the same exact thing.
I'm going to say this. Since I do art and I do know they have light in some pictures or whatnot, but some of the pictures they claim with people who are royalty, those people were freaking servants. Not everybody in Europe was black and actually has some kind of royal heritage. There are some, not many. Like the whole thing when people talk about Bateman was black. There are two different kind of Batemans. There was one that was actually black, but it's not the Bateman that we know of.
Yeah.
That's what I'm just like, I'm saying to myself, like you said, Afrocentric shit really fucked up a lot of people. We got people going all kinds like on some conspiracy theory shit. There's nothing, some conspiracy theories are okay, and there's some where people just take it way too far.
Yep. There was
Like
a nigga
you
Jose Bay. I'm gonna say his name. Hosea Bay. Right? I don't even know how these niggas even get on my fucking Facebook shit. Like they be friending me. I don't friend like really nobody and shit on Facebook. I friend like a handful of people, literally like a handful. Right? And the rest of this crazy cult people. So he tried to tell me about Agenda 21 and all this shit. Oh, Agenda 21 starting now. I'm like, nigga, they said that shit 15 years ago. And what happened? So I'm like, where's your evidence of all this shit? I'm like, yeah, there's an Agenda 21, but it's not saying what the fuck you saying. And then the nigga gonna show me some book called the Corbin Bible, right? Trying to prove some shit. I was just like, all I did was look up Corbin Bible, and I got the source and shit out, the truth on it within 5 minutes. That it's a pseudo book. There's no real manuscripts from none of that shit. And like, you know what I'm saying? They say it was a Bible date back 3,000 something years ago. They ain't no motherfucking evidence of that shit. The publishers do not have no original manuscripts. The show shit is made up. So I show them that. And I say, now see how stupid, why I don't want to argue with you? Because you fucking retarded, nigga. I don't want to argue with a retarded nigga. That shit make me look retarded. You know what I'm saying? How would I? That's like arguing with a child and shit. Sitting there fighting with a little kid.
Well, unfortunately, you do be arguing with children because what they believe is, the stupid thing. You can't think for yourself anymore. You gotta come into it like a child.
Yep.
What you mean come into it like a child? You're a grown man. You're a grown woman. But then again, I can't say nothing because half these people are not grown men and grown women in here. They grew up to be a man. They grew up to be a woman, but their mind is still a child.
Yep. I'm over in the basketball course. The little boy talking shit to his older brother. He said, "Fuck you." He said, "That's why you can't stay outside." And the little boy was telling the truth, and the older one mad as hell and shit. He said, "Well, you can't go nowhere because unless you come with me." He said, "So what? I'm a little kid and shit, but you acting like you can do all this shit. You can't do nothing. You gotta go inside just like I do." It's like, oh shit, that shit was funny as hell. But yeah, these Hebrew Israelites, like you have to talk to them like they're an abused child. They get all bent out of shape. You show them any type of truth that is not lined up with their belief and shit. Oh, you Satan! This motherfucker Hosea Bay called me a goddamn demon. He said I'm a demon. I said why? I said you hate me. I threw the Bible right back at him. You hate me because I tell you the truth.
It's like they cherry pick what they want to believe in. It's like with the whole makeup thing. What you talking about? You can tell your woman to wear makeup if you start saying you can't wear makeup because it's a sin. You can't wear jewelry because it's a sin. I was just like, what kind of
Yeah, that's what he did too. He put up something about it was like some kind of like all iced out like little like charm thing for a necklace. He said this is pure idolatry. I'm like, why are you sending me this? Like, I don't give a fuck. I was like, shit, if somebody want to buy that motherfucker, let them buy it. Like, why do you give a fuck if somebody buy that shit and wear it? Like, so fucking what? Why don't you just do what you're supposed to do?
unfortunately, they got these people all kind of brainwashed to believe in all this shit. That's why I was like, when he bought this damn IUIC precept book, I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Break, and they had cherry picked every single, verse of the Bible you supposed to follow to the T.
Yup.
I was just like, you know what? Why doesn't somebody actually investigate this damn detective and find and say he's leading these people astray and conning these people out of their own money? Because, like you said, there's a lot of people who left IUIC that has a lot of dirt on them, but some of them still believe in this shit. They separate themselves and they still. I'm like, why would you still want to be associated with that? And you see what the people did to you. They used you, and then they had their own congregate, your own people that you supposed to consider family to tell you their shit.
Right. Right.
I
Yup.
mean, you had a few of them talking about I'm going back to the church. So you going back to another cult? Christianity know better.
Yup. I got my battery about to die, so I gotta close this thing up before it shut. Then it be stuck on, and then it be the Randy Ready show.
It's okay because I have to go get my other kid anyway.
Yep. And you definitely more than welcome and stuff to come back. I like talking with you
Maybe
up on
you do
here.
a live stream while I'm at work. It'll be a little bit better when I don't have everybody in my office. Because sometimes when you do it, I can't talk because I'm at work and I'm in the office with, you know,
Yeah,
other
yeah, yeah.
people that I cannot talk like about, certain things with because they're gonna be looking at me like, what is she talking about?
Yep, yep, yep.
So I have to be
But
professional.
yeah, like once again, thank you for coming on and stuff.
No
I
problem.
appreciate it. I appreciate it. So with that, let me close up out of here. I can't even get back to my original screen. I'm trying to think. Oh, there you go. There it is. Yeah, thanks everybody else. Thanks for the super chat, the super chat, the super chat, you streets, and thanks to all my supporters. If anybody want to join the supporters list, get my cash app at the bottom of the screen right here. Just leave your name. I give you a shout out every video. So I like to thank Brainstorm Homeschool Academy, P, Nate Springfield, Siberius the Sleeping Serpent, Bill Hill, Myron Edwards, San Miguel TV, Sahara Jr., Arcader GT, Scary YT Streets. Oh shit. Oh shit. Yasu and Victor always. And with that, y'all, I'm up out of here, y'all. Peace. Like, share, subscribe.